welcome to my channel. My name is Bookbuddy. Thanks for tuning in. Please remember to subscribe, like and comment because that is always the right thing to do. Today I am talking about reading versus audiobooks. Which one is better? Stick around and enjoy. The purpose of this video is just to highlight some of the pros and cons of how to engage with books and literature, and particularly how we think about what it means to read and what it means to listen to an audiobook. Now, there's a big debate in the literary space about, what counts as reading. So a lot of people are for the idea that reading should only be a physical copy of the book, and those that are reading or consuming the literature through an audiobook aren't really reading, they're not readers, they're not this. And so there's an imbalance in terms of how people view these consumption methods. Yes, methods. So I'm just going to highlight some of the ways in which both these methods can be good and can also be bad. So audiobooks are incredibly convenient, they're user-friendly, they're easily adaptive to the kind of lifestyle that you need or that you already have. So for instance, you can go to the gym and you can be listening, you can be at a train or at a bus or whatever, and you can listen. So it's in your life, and it's there. It's portable content, and I think in that way it can be useful. And when you're looking at books, you actually firstly you need to have the physical copy with you all the time. You need to carry it everywhere you go in case you have an hour in between everything and maybe you've forgotten it, and there's just so much admin and logistics around carrying an actual book. And sometimes you cannot keep the secrecy of what you're reading. So every time you are in a train or everywhere in a public setting, everybody knows what you're reading. I don't think I enjoy for everybody else watching and knowing what I'm reading. So there is no privacy and intimacy when you actually have a physical copy. When you have an audiobook, you have that privacy. Nobody knows what you're reading. You're listening to what you're listening to, and that's that on that. Sometimes when you read books, the physical copy, you get the names of places, people, and so many other things wrong because there's dialect, there's language, there's pronunciation. And sometimes by the time you finish reading a book, you're just like, what's the main character's name already? But you've seen it like 100 times, but you still don't know how to pronounce it or how to say it. And that can be a distraction on its own. And when you're reading or when you are listening to an audiobook, you minimize these distractions of pronunciation, of language, because you're being told. And it's been really great to listen to audiobooks because I'm like, that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, how both these methods can add value to your life depending on what value you're trying to get. So if I'm reading something like a novel or a memoir, an autobiography, and that kind of a genre, I would rather prefer the actual physical copy. And if I'm reading something like a self-help book, about business, then I would rather listen to an audiobook, because with an audiobook and I'm reading something about business and entrepreneurship, I can almost write down notes. It's almost like a lecture. But when I'm reading something like a novel, I kind of want to be in the space. I want to be involved, and I don't want to be distanced from the story. So it depends what kind of genre I'm reading, and I definitely interchange myself within these methods. And hopefully these pros and cons between audiobooks and reading can sort of be helpful when you're trying to decide whether you want to read the actual physical copy or you'd rather listen to a audiobook. My stance on the whole what counts and what doesn't count for me essentially is that every kind of method that you choose to take is really about preference. So I don't know which methods you guys use. Why do you prefer reading as opposed to audiobooks? Do you interchange just like me? So yeah, that was the question of the day. Please comment on the section below. I also still want to remind you guys how important it is for us to engage on this platform, yo. So I do a lot of some of my connection with you guys on Instagram, but please bear in mind that it's not that valuable if we do all the talking on Instagram when the real deal type of juice is happening here on YouTube, you know what I mean? So yeah guys, thank you so much for supporting me and watching this video. See you guys next time. Bye.